All right, here we go. We are going to start talking about our next book report. Yay! We finished our first book report. You guys did awesome. Those were turned in early this week. So let's take a look at what our next book report is going to be. Again, it's a free choice book. You can choose any book that you want to do your book report on. We're going to be creating film strips for this book report. And so this is already assigned to you in Otis, so you'll be able to see it. It's not due until October 19th. So you have quite a bit of time to still read your book and then work on the project. Also, we're trying to figure out what we want to do paper-wise for the project, whether we want to try and get you guys the paper or just have you use paper from home. So do not start working on your final project yet, okay? Wait until I come back to you with what we're going to do about the paper for it. Again, you should be reading a new book over these next several weeks, so you should not be ready to start on this part yet. This is not a book that you've read before. It should be a new book, or it could be a book that you just started after your other book report, okay? So for this project, you're going to be creating a film strip that tells about the book that you read, and you are going to present this film strip to the class, okay? Across your film strip, there are 6 different boxes. And when we're finished looking at this, I will show you a sample. I have to dig it out of my cabinet real quick. The first box must include the title of the book, the author of the book, and your name. And then also a picture that relates to the book. Those are all of the things that should be in the first box of your book report. The second box on your book report should have the setting. So a picture that shows the setting of the book. And I know that books usually have more than one setting, right? And the setting is kind of where it's taking place. So you can go ahead and put more than one setting in there, or you can just choose your favorite setting to show for the setting page. It's not just a picture though, you also need to include an explanation of the setting with a few complete sentences. So that doesn't mean one sentence, that means more than one sentence telling me about where your story takes place. Box 3 is your main character or characters. Again, some books have 1 character, some books have 15 characters. So it's just going to depend on the book you choose as to how many main characters you're going to be telling me about. You're going to create a scene that shows these characters and what they're all about. The characters could be talking to each other in the scene, kind of like in your graphic novels where you have the word bubbles above them. You can use word bubbles for these characters to show what they're about. But you also need those complete sentences that are explaining who your characters are. Box 4 is going to tell us about the problem of the story. So the problem is kind of what is it that they're trying to solve. Most stories include some type of problem, something that the characters need to solve, okay? So that is box 4. What's the problem? And then you need to explain what makes that the problem in the story. And then again, you have an illustration to show it. Box 5 then is the solution to that problem. So, few detailed sentences that explain how they reached that solution. And then also an illustration that goes with your solution. And the last box, box 6, is going to have your favorite part of the story. So you're going to show me and tell me about your favorite part of the story. So a picture and a few sentences about whatever part you thought was your favorite, okay? It could be the beginning, it could be the middle, it could be the end. What I don't want is for you to just copy your problem or your solution part for that. On a film strip, the top and the bottom are usually boxes, and they're colored black and white. So that was that last part. The top and the bottom of the film strip, you're gonna alternate coloring black and white. Whew, that was tough. I've been trying to dig for my sample to show you guys. All right, next thing. So this is one of the parts that's in Otis for you. The other part that's in there is this sheet, which you can actually type your notes into. So for the setting, you can type your sentences into these boxes just while you're reading the story. So you can start working on that part while you're still reading, so you already have a head start for when you get to your final. Now, I do still expect for your sentences to be on your actual book report. So just putting them in these boxes is not enough, okay? They do need to be on your final project also. But this is just a great place for you to take your notes. So there's box 1 where you can put the title and author, box 2 for the setting, 3 is the main characters, problem, solution, and then your favorite scene, okay? So those are the directions for the book report. Let me go ahead and show you a couple samples so you can kind of see what these are gonna look like when they're finished. Let me change my share here. Share to there. All right, so here is one. This was old. This one's probably close to 20 years old. It's from one of my first years of teaching. This is one that's on Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So you can see this right here is box 1. So they have the title, they have the author, and they have their name and some illustrations to go with it. The next one is the setting. She said this is Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It is where Ron, Harry, and Hermione go to school. Okay, so again, pictures and a few sentences about the characters. Here's the problem. Hagrid gets an illegal dragon. And then the solution. And then the final one is their favorite part. So you can kind of see what I meant by the top and the bottom with the black and the white. Sentences, very colorful, guys. I like lots of colorful on my projects. Let's see. Oh, here's another one from a long time ago. This one's a little faded. But again, this is Little Pet Werewolf by Tom B. Stone and the person who did the project. First box is the setting, characters, and then they have problem, solution, and their favorite scene. And I'll take some pictures of these samples also to put up on the website with these directions, so you will be able to look at those if you have questions. Again, this is not due until October 19th, so you have some time to work on it. Those directions are all already assigned to you in your Otis assessments, so you have them there, okay? So you have all of those resources that you should need to complete this book report.